I told myself I wasn't going to cry during this. That's going to happen. I had to make notes, thank goodness, because I will cry. So, for my personal story. Many of you know that I have a place in my heart for children. See, I'm already starting. Okay, for children who have special needs. While I was in Nicaragua, I asked Sarah about the children in the area, specifically those who have special needs. Sarah took myself and Allison out to visit one family in particular. This is when I met Kevin and his most amazing mother. Kevin is severely disabled, even worse so than my Liam. When I first laid eyes on Kevin, he was lying on a bed, a mosquito net overhead, his shirt only partially done up as it was too small, wearing only a cloth diaper. I sat on the bed and immediately started rubbing his arm. I was amazed at how limp he was. It was evident that his mother spent hours each day massaging him and moving his limbs, not realizing that she was in effect preventing his body from seizing up. When I looked into his beautiful brown eyes, I could see that he knew I was there. I held him in my arms and I asked his mother if she had one desire for Kevin, what would it be? If somebody asked me this question, if I had one desire for Liam, it would be that I wished he could speak. Her answer was diapers. She needed more diapers. She only had a few cloth diapers that needed constant washing, and water in this area is only turned on by the government from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. every day, if they decide they're going to turn it on. I knew I needed to find her some diapers. So I set to asking around, but no one seemed to know where to find cloth diapers. The next day, Allison and I accompanied Sarah to the market to purchase a piñata, and I immediately started asking, where can I find cloth diapers? Where can I find cloth diapers? Nobody knew. Would you believe it? They were sold in the stand right beside where we bought the piñata. 24 diapers for $25. Next, Alice and I set off to buy Kevin some food. He ate powdered baby food mixed with powdered milk, but only if his mom had any. We also picked up his amazing mom some toiletries. When we delivered this, I decided to ask about his mom's sewing machine, as Sarah told us that her income was derived from sewing. It was broken. She had been sewing clothing for the local families as her way to make some money, but the machine had broken. So I asked if I could take the sewing machine to see if it could be fixed. It turned out that the machine was her boyfriend's mother's, but it was agreed that I could take it. I asked everyone if anyone knew someone who could fix a sewing machine. Nobody knew. I continued to ask and ask and ask. We went to one of the church plants that Sunday, and I kept asking, and somebody said, oh, you know that friend of so-and-so who was a friend of so-and-so who knows so-and-so? They fix sewing machines. So we arranged for the fellow to come and look at the sewing machine, and it was the motor. The motor was shot. It would be $100 for the motor. So I woke up in the middle of the night, and I knew that I was not going to fix that sewing machine, because if I fixed it, her boyfriend would give it back to his mom. I knew I needed to go buy her a new machine. So that morning, I said to the group, guys, I'm branching off from you again. I need to go buy a new machine. They all supported me. 20 minutes later, we sat down with Ryan and actually stood outside the van, and Ryan prayed, and during his prayer, he said that, we're at the point of the trip where everybody's getting on each other's nerves, and just take a deep breath, and we're also at the point where some people are going to start to have their own agenda, and we need to put that aside. And I knew that this wasn't my agenda. I knew that I needed to do this. And so I talked to Ryan about it. Ryan wasn't able to take me. I talked to Sarah about it. Sarah wasn't able to take me. But Frederico and Sarah's daughter, whose name is Micah, we called her our little translator. The two of them just agreed, yes, we're going to take you. We're going to take you into the market. Now, I had been messaging my sister Sheila, Facebooking her, messaging her, Skyping her, everything the entire time we were there. As soon as I said to her what was happening, she messaged me back, and she said, go do this. I will pay for it. So off we went. We went in our little vehicle where two of us would sit up front and the fellow was biking in the back. We went to the market. Nobody knew if we would find sewing machines. Well, we found them. We found brand new sewing machines. We found 2 stores that carried sewing machines. I looked at the prices on them and I was like, oh my goodness. So I asked, I was hoping one was going to be their currency and the other would be American. Well, it wasn't. It was better. So we were able to get a brand new sewing machine for this mom for $142 US. So then we went and picked up 20 yards of materials, scissors, elastics, buttons, thread, and needles. Now Kevin's mom was going to be able to work again. Alice and I presented all of this, along with many other things that we had collected from our roommates, to Kevin's mom. We'd also purchased a musical toy that I was sure Kevin would be able to use. Kevin was sleeping when we arrived, but he woke up a little and reached out to activate a noisy, light-up musical keyboard. His mom was so excited. He had never had a toy before. She exclaimed that she was going to sit him up every day to let him play it. This mom had so little, she needed so much, yet all she asked for was cloth diapers.